right, guys, we are back. This is the Juice Box. Happy to be here. Happy Easter, everybody. This will come out on Sunday, on Easter, the day after Easter. Happy Easter Monday, everybody. Hope you had a great Easter weekend. I'm in town for the weekend, hoping to just chill and maybe drink some beers.
Yeah.
Always looking forward to that. Big Czar, what's up?
What's up? I'm so glad you're here to take the pressure off of me of having to do the intro every week. It really is a little nerve-wracking.
back's
I
breaking.
can't even
Yeah.
lie. But, I've been killing
Happy
it.
to
I
help.
throw it to myself. I throw it back. Then I
Yeah.
throw it to Jake. It all works out.
Yeah, is it tough not throwing it to yourself today, or is it kind of a
Really,
relieving
honestly,
feeling?
it just threw me off just a tad bit, but it's fine.
You could have still did
We're
it.
here.
What if I said Big Czar, what's up? And he went, Big Czar, what's up? He'd been like, wait, I'm
Oh,
confused.
shit.
I'm confused.
But yeah,
Confused.
It's Easter Monday. I hope everybody went outside and went on their Easter egg hunts and enjoyed some food with the fam.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
the good stuff.
Yeah. Easter egg hunts, remember how just exciting they were as a young child?
Yes,
they were
great.
They were
little
like,
sad.
I feel like everyone's Easter Bunny experience was probably a little bit different now that we all know that, well, the Easter Bunny's real, but now that we know
Good save.
everyone's Easter Bunny's different, because that shit was so exciting waking up. Like, it was honestly, like, for me at least, not the day, but just the excitement of getting up knowing I had to go search for my basket was close to Christmas.
Oh, I can agree with that
You know?
wholeheartedly. I
Yeah.
used to get so excited to get up and know that I had a basket hidden somewhere
Yeah.
and then just random eggs.
Yeah.
To me, I agree. The excitement.
Yeah.
Now, Christmas will always be top tier, but Easter's was always right there for me.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in a family that hid the baskets.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately.
They
That sounds like it would have been fun.
It was.
So fun.
Yeah, so our eggs got hidden, of course, but then our baskets did too. So it was just it was just fun.
Dude, there were a
Yeah.
couple years that are tough to find. I remember one year mine was up in the attic stairs. Never would have
Wow.
looked there. Took me a long time.
That sounds like a move that your dad pulled.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the
They
Easter
must
Bunny.
have, yeah. The Easter Bunny and Dad must have been plotting that night before, But I remember I was little. I was very little. I mean, probably 4 or 5. I got a Bulbasaur and Squirtle Pokemon card in my Easter basket.
Wow, that's sick.
The OGs, yeah.
That's sick. I remember one year, I had to be pretty young. I got a Mark McGuire baseball jersey in my Easter basket. I
Mark
think it was the
McGuire.
year he was like breaking the record or whatever. And then, a couple of years later, however many years later, it, came out. Yeah, man was on steroids.
Dude, wasn't it fire though? Baseball was in its prime when like McGuire was juiced up.
Yeah, it
Sosa
was
was
fun,
juiced
dude.
up. Like
It was fun.
it was awesome.
I mean, like, I know it wasn't done the right way or whatever, but like it was entertaining.
Should we bring it back?
Yeah.
So
Bring back steroids.
I'm gonna propose. Why can't there be a juice league?
Yeah, like Blitz.
Yeah.
Like why can't there be a league where the guys are juicing? That would probably be the one sport I'm trying to think where if you knew everybody was juiced, it would still be kind of even because it's
Yeah.
still mechanics when it comes to like throwing and hitting the ball. I don't know if you could do that with other sports.
I hate when people say like that's the easiest sport. Hitting a baseball is hard as
Oh,
fuck.
it's so hard.
Yeah.
Hard as fuck.
Not to mention, like when you get to that level, it's
Yeah.
even harder.
That's
those
what I mean.
Pitches those
Like,
guys throw wild movement pitches.
I
like-
was quite the power hitter in my little league days. If you put me against a Bronco League pitcher, there's no way I'm touching it. Let alone someone throwing 98 miles per hour.
Dude, I probably
Alright.
would
there's no way.
like I'd probably never hit it. Like
That's what I mean.
if we were like, all right, we're gonna stand here and swing until you hit one.
I could barely hit a softball.
I think I
An
just don't.
intramural softball.
I don't think I would ever hit it.
So I would say right now it would probably take me 20 to 30 pitches to even ding
Nick
the
one,
ball right
yeah.
I
now.
think it would take more.
I'm gonna say honestly, if you put a major league pitcher in front of me and he was only throwing fastballs right down the middle, I could eventually hit one.
Eventually, for sure.
I think.
Wait, so
but
we're
throwing-
talking major league
throwing
pitchers?
That's
junk-
what I'm talking about.
Oh, I could never.
throwing
That's what I'm
junk.
talking about.
I would
yeah.
never be able to. No, I would never be
that
able
was
to.
always my downfall. You throw one curveball.
You
to
throw-
me,
yeah,
I'm
you throw a
done.
I can remember in Little League, it was rare that you would face. So I was a lefty batter, but it was rare that you would face a lefty pitcher. I could not hit a lefty pitcher. I just couldn't do it. I don't know what it was.
They always had the greatest stuff too.
Thank you.
They did, and I was
Appreciate
just
that.
like, I can't do it. To this day, I don't think I ever in Little League ever got a hit off of a lefty pitcher.
Do you guys remember the significant jump between Mustang to Bronco? Like I
Nope,
remember
because I
just-
stopped playing
really.
after Mustang. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
just-
was significant.
I played 1 year Bronco and I didn't play the front end year. So I played my 2 years of Mustang, took the first Bronco year off, came back and played the second. And it literally probably took me like half a season before I even could start getting back in the rhythm. Because it's funny because it's the same kids you play against your whole life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
right.
just-
But like
That is
Bronco
weird.
was
the
serious.
good kids usually at that point are like still getting better, and then some kids just plateau.
Dude, you know what's funny? That's such a real thing. Like growing up, everyone was kind of
On par with each other.
yeah, and
but
then
like
as people would start growing,
Yeah.
others wouldn't.
they just get so
Well,
much
and
better.
Shit like that.
And then
It's
kids would
like-
go to Lindsley
You're like,
and
what the fuck happened?
they'd grow
Right.
like 7 feet overnight. They'd put like
Their muscles would be
muscles
50
would be
pounds.
massive.
I
Yeah,
will
for
literally die on
their
that.
sophomore year of
I
high
will
school.
die on that hill.
Something is in the Lindsley water. I don't
Like
care what anybody
immediately
says.
once a kid went to Lindsley, the next year he was jacked, fucking
Yeah.
6
and
foot.
we're not gonna guess why. But
Yeah.
there's definitely probably a reason.
Yeah.
Dude, I can rattle off 5 guys on my hand that I went to St. Mike's with, played baseball with. They went to Lindsley. I stayed at St. Mike's, ended up being on the same team as them. And by that year span, they were all a year younger than me, but they were my age and they were bigger than me.
Yeah.
I could name
Dude,
5
I'm
right
telling you, I will die on that hill.
Probably feeding all their kids HGH.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hey,
Probably. I'm not kidding.
I'm not either.
I don't know, but you'd think they would have been better. They kind of just. I mean, we dominated Lindsley in high school.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
fuck-
scared
we
to
fucked them
say
up.
it.
Take that, Lindsley.
Yeah, but dude, it was funny, man, playing against Bradley Hughes, Corey Walters. Like, Corey Walters was like in the minor leagues. Like, that's crazy to think that he
I know,
pitched
that
against
is
me.
crazy to think, and I don't. When I say this, Corey, if you're listening, this is not a jab whatsoever. But like I remember in Little League, he wasn't one of the pitchers I feared.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like there was those like Jesse Channel. You remember him?
I
Probably
remember
not.
Jesse Chan.
He was okay. He was a year older than me, so then you wouldn't have got to play against him. So I played against him every other year.
Yeah, okay.
He played for Elm Grove, and he was very scary to go up against.
I just
Him and the kid from up in Warren Township. Was that
Bradley
Bradley
Hughes.
Hughes? Yeah, he was.
dude, I
Uh,
remember like our team, our Pike team, I was always lucky enough to be on the good Pike team. I think it was because, friends with all those guys. My parents were good friends with the coach normally, so I was lucky enough to be on it. And even all of us, like, we'd always laugh when we knew we had to play Elm Grove Red. We are like, let's see if we can get more than 3 hits this game. Like, everybody just knew that Corey was probably just gonna smoke us all, and normally he did, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's in my memory. It's just weird. Like I don't remember him being one of the he was a good pitcher. Don't get me wrong, and obviously he where he went.
For sure.
He wasn't one of the ones like when we were showing up. I was like afraid to be up there.
Yeah.
Bradley Hughes, Jesse Channel, and Jack Weisshire for
Oh,
for
yeah.
Bethlehem. He's who I was alluding to earlier. He was a lefty pitcher. He wasn't scary to go against, but I couldn't hit him. He was it was just like I could not hit him. It
Wonder
was-
what cousin Jack's up to these days. I haven't seen Jack probably since high school. I swear to God.
I haven't seen him since high school. He went to WVU, and I never saw him.
Well, he was really smart. Always hitting the books, hitting the
Yeah.
library. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out Jack if you're listening.
Going
Shout
to the
out it.
library fucking sucked.
You didn't like it?
I did, but like I couldn't study.
I feel like I dreaded it for like the whole week, and then I would go and I'd kind of like it. But-
I didn't enjoy my time in the
For
library.
some reason, I just had this notion that I'll go really late at night
Yeah,
Bad call.
and study all night, and I just never would.
Yeah,
I
see,
ca-
But I would go.
I could tell you my worst library
Yeah,
experience.
Just fucking tell us,
Yeah.
baby.
I had like an econ project, and it was like the econ class that like no one knew what the fuck was going on.
That class
was
was
like
like Econ 211.
Stats, yeah, 311.
Just
or
the
something like that.
worst
Yeah.
class I ever was in.
So I went to like finish a project with somebody, and I think I had plans with all you guys to go out after. I think it was a Thursday, and as soon as I got there, the person I went with was like, we were talking about what we are doing. And he's like, we like have a test tomorrow, right? And I was like, I had no clue that we have a test tomorrow. So I was at the library for like 3 hours and did not go out. That was very sad.
I think studying for tests for me was always one of like the worst feelings that I would get, because while I'm studying, I'm like, I'm going to get an F this whole time. You know what I mean? Like I used to hate knowing that tests were coming around the corner, because again, I didn't fail, but like you would just sit there and be like, dude, how am I going to remember all this stuff?
I despised it. I hated studying.
Yeah, see,
So I put it off to the last fucking minute.
the library for me was different, especially because it was towards the end of my college career when I would go. So it was when I had the freedom to like schedule classes only on certain days and short days here and short days there. And I would just tell myself on my off days, it's like, dude, if you get up, you walk to the library, you bust all your stuff out for the week, you're going to get to go home, hit Jeeves, and play 2K.
Yeah.
And that's what I fucking did. And I
See,
passed.
I couldn't do it. I just like I had so much other stuff on my mind. Like, and don't get me wrong, I went to the library before. My best library experiences were if you got lucky enough to get one of the private rooms.
Oh,
with a
yeah,
group
the
of
best.
people. Like that was fun. I would just dick around the whole time.
Yeah, I'd make
But-
graphs on the board.
but
Didn't
like,
make any sense at
Yeah,
all.
they would. Yeah,
had
You just
nothing to
fuck
do with
around on the
material.
whiteboard. I was a bad student, honestly. I mean, I let college could like consume my mind with so many other things. Like I really only cared about like partying and
Yeah.
going out. So like I was the type of studier where like I either didn't study at all for the test or I was a night before crammer.
Yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
You cram it all the night before, take the test, and then you didn't retain any of that information.
Dude, and then people would be like, well, dude, you're just memorizing. You're not
Yeah,
retaining.
you're not retaining
anything."
the information. It's like, dude,
I don't give a
It's,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, buddy, I don't plan on using this degree
Yeah.
in the real world. After.
I used to hate that when people would be like, you're not retaining anything. It's like, hey, dipshit, don't have to. Got a phone. You heard of one?
like I was a fucking criminology major, and you want to know the main reason why I picked that is because it had the least amount of math courses you had to
Yeah.
take to graduate. And people would say that shit to me, like, you're not retaining anything. I'd be like, because if I get this degree, I am not going to use it. Do you think I'm going to be a cop
Do
or
you-
a social worker?
if
Hell
we
no.
if we could run it back, I kind of wish college was like now, unless you're like a doctor, lawyer, or whatever, where you have to specialize in stuff. That's kind of different. But like, I kind of wish college was 4 years of like the first year. Remember your year where like you had to take these certain
yeah,
classes
your
and-
GECs.
and you touched all of those. I
Yeah.
kind of wish it was like that throughout the entire time.
Well, you kind of had the luxury of kind of being like that with your major.
Bravo, bravo.
And eventually that's basically what I switched into as well.
yeah.
So
Because it was cool. I got to focus on like three different things.
right, yeah.
Instead of just like dialing on one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess actually now that you're saying that, I kind of did do that anyways.
Yeah. Which I think is such a smart route to go, dude. Like if like a bachelor's degree will go a long way when it comes to looking for a job. It really will.
Yep.
It sucks the amount of money it costs, to get one basically. But like if you're going to college and you don't really have any clue what you want to do with your life, then do multidisciplinary.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
How many years out do you think we are from where college diplomas don't mean anything when it comes to applying for jobs?
Mm.
Because the more technology advances, the less kids are going to college, the more kids that are learning stuff online. Like, when does that start taking not precedence, but like an even playing field when it comes to somebody that's paying for school? Because I'm sure all the stuff that I learned, I now could probably learn all that and some on YouTube,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is crazy
Yeah.
to think.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if that will ever actually become a thing. I think it's very like employer dependent.
Yeah. Agreed.
You know what I mean?
But
I think some
I guess my
employers-
question: do you think it'll always be that way?
Yeah,
I think
do.
there will always be, but
Like, I think there's always going to be employees that are like,
you have to have a degree.
if you don't have a degree,
Yeah.
like they want
But
somebody
there-
that's educated. But at the same token, if an employer is hiring for a position and you got the 25-year-old with the bachelor's degree applying, but then you got like the 45-year-old applying that has no degree but has like 20 years experience in the field.
Oh, you mean the internship with Vince Vaughn?
Basically.
Great flick.
I mean, it's like kind of apples to apples.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's, but I mean, there will always be the ones that, they're like, you have to have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
But there are a lot more things now than there have ever been where people just don't have them. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of, I think now is like, our generation is very like entrepreneurial. Like, people want to just do things for themselves, which I think is a great thing.
I think it's great too.
Yeah.
It's a great way to convince the older generation that we actually want to work without wanting to work. So I enjoy the entrepreneur route.
Yeah.
Because most entrepreneurs in reality probably don't make it where they want to. Not knocking them. It's tough. It's very hard dog eat dog world. But like, what a way to dodge one of the like dependent jobs like a retail store person or like food, being like, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have time for this.
Dude, that I envy those people so much. Just having the balls just to do it.
Yeah,
oh, me
for real.
too.
I'm gonna do it one day. I'll just break down and eventually just do it.
Because I feel like it's different when we say ideas and we talk about things we want to do when we know we have an income and we know we have a job. But you really have to, like, if you drop everything to do this one thing, you kind of have to become successful or you just won't have any money.
You have to literally give
Yeah.
it your heart and soul. I
Yeah.
mean,
Which to me, it's
whatever it is, dude. Like,
yeah.
doesn't, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I went to the new cheese melt restaurant in Warwood, and you know
Love a
dude,
nice cheese melt.
Their food is fire.
They
But,
have
like,
a bar in there?
Yeah, sick, dude. It's a nice
I'm
little
surprised I
spot.
haven't been there yet.
It's pretty cool. It hasn't been open that long, but just like sitting in there and just seeing like it's just a dude that just like went with it, you know. He has some good recipes came up with these sandwiches, and like that's his life. He's just grinding.
Massive
Like,
kahunas.
I like that so much.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Just I'm jealous.
I'm very, very jealous myself.
And like you'd be way happier mentally, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The
Dude,
fact that you have to like answer to a boss is just like it's just the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah. Dude, no, I was thinking about this today. The thing that blows my mind, and it's a normal thing. I'm not like knocking it because most people do just have a job. Like, we all have 9 to 5 jobs. How, like, a lot of jobs, like, your boss is telling you like what time of day you can eat.
Yeah, it is weird.
When I think of that, I'm like, dude, no, like, no way. Like, luckily, my schedule's flexible enough where I don't have that.
Yeah.
But like that whole mentality is just crazy to me.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you remember when we were
Like,
younger?
this is your hour to eat.
when
like,
we were
what?
younger,
It's
you had
crazy.
to ask to go to the bathroom, and sometimes teachers said no.
Yeah. That was always
Or worse, you had like the sign out sheet.
Yeah. Like
I'm
that's
thinking
And you get
I'm
busted.
thinking of a
They'd
teacher.
review the sign out sheet.
I'm thinking of a teacher right now that was like so bad about that at
it's
Central.
it's just weird to think that like you couldn't just now. Of course, okay, there's going to be some people that abuse it, yada yada. We understand. I'm just talking about the general consensus of it. It's just so odd that like you had to ask to go to the bathroom. That I just could not get.
You know what's
up
crazy?
and
Like,
go.
yeah.
Like saying it now and and picturing myself going like this and asking to use the restroom is the weirdest fucking
It's
thing.
so weird. It's so weird, especially when you're younger and you got to piss all the time and whatever. And like,
You have to announce to everybody like, "Hey, I gotta piss, everyone."
Yeah.
You couldn't ask to go twice within that 45,
No,
50
and then
minute.
like if you raised your hand and asked to go to the restroom and you took longer time, then
Yeah.
everyone knew you just went to take a shit.
Yeah. So embarrassing,
It's
dude.
so embarrassing.
So embarrassing.
That's fucked up.
But yeah, no, I'm with you on that trend though. That like, and that's what we were. I was having this conversation with my grandparents on Sunday.
Oh God.
My grandpa was talking. He's like, so and so. He just got fired from his job. He's 75. He's depressed. Yada yada. And we were talking. We're like, that's your generation's problem because you guys were tricked into
Yes,
thinking
they were.
that working was supposed to be life.
Yeah.
And our generation and, the older generation and younger generation is coming up being like, we're supposed to just be here and work as like a, I don't want to say side gig, but it kind of is.
But like work is a necessity, but there's
It's not
so
your
many more.
life.
There's so many
Yeah.
more aspects to life that you should focus on. Like
Yeah.
work, as much
Yeah.
as it is like the driving force to be able to live your life, like your source of income, it shouldn't be the number one priority.
yeah,
Like anyone that puts like work
I know.
before your family,
it's weird.
it's stupid to me.
It's
And
so weird.
employers that like give you a hard time if you have family issues, that's also just not right in my eyes. Like if you
100%.
have to miss work for family issues, like so be it.
I used to like get worried to request days off.
Yeah.
And it's like, these are my days. Like,
Dude,
what are you making
and
me
you
feel
know,
bad
and
for?
there are still people to this day that are weird about using their PTO.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you used all your PTO days? Yeah, I fucking
Yeah, I
used them.
did.
What do you
I'm
mean?
gonna use every.
Do you want me
minute
to?
Of it.
Do you want me to look at them? Yeah, I'm gonna use every freaking paid time off that I can. Why is that?
Yeah.
Why do you look at that as if it's?
I don't think that should be controversial.
I agree. It's like it's crazy.
And
like,
another thing to talk about, like when you can eat, when you can't eat, when you can go to the bathroom, when you can't go to the bathroom. It's crazy to be like, you have only 7 days this whole year that you're allowed to take off, or whatever the number is. Let's say 7 or 10 days. You're only allowed these amount of days to take off.
Yeah.
Like, what if I get sick as fuck for 2 weeks and then I want to go on vacation? Now I can't go on vacation.
Right.
It's just weird.
Yeah. And that's the type of shit, man. That's what I'm talking about, man.
We don't fucking like it, man.
I just
look at Hazy too.
it pisses me off.
I know, dude. Well, I saw a massive thing on the webs.
Was
right
it
before.
a penis?
No. Penis.
Whoa.
Tyrese said that him and Paul Walker were both hooking
saw
up
this.
with Eva Mendez's stunt double on set while filming
That's
Too Fast,
fire.
Too Furious.
See, that's what brotherhood's all about.
To me, fucking awesome. Could you imagine? It's like walking
Wait,
in.
but why her stunt double? Why not just her?
Well, I'm sure she wasn't. She probably didn't want to get railroaded
Yeah,
by
you're-
two of her castmates during the film.
Yeah.
That's some camaraderie, though. Workplace camaraderie, right
Agreed.
there.
Like,
I wonder if they Eiffel Towered her.
They could have
Ooh,
tagging in, tagging
love a
out.
good
type
Eiffel
deal.
Tower.
So
So speaking of that, are we gonna go see Fast
Oh,
X or
of
whatever the
course.
fuck
yeah,
is
of
it called?
course
Fast
we are.
X?
When's that come out again?
May
Soonish.
10th, I think.
Well,
Dude,
maybe you guys pick a time and I'll go to my movie theater at the same time.
Okay, we could do that.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't look that bad. I'm gonna keep it 100.
I haven't watched trailers or anything.
It
The
actually
only
looks
thing
good.
is, I don't know when this interview was. I don't know if it was for Fast 10, where Vin Diesel starts talking about them running into potentially running into dinosaurs. I got lost.
You lost me
You
on
lost
that
me
one.
on
I
that.
agree.
If that's
I agree.
actually real, where they get a run in with like the Jurassic World people,
I don't think that'll be real.
but
I
like,
hope not.
no, definitely not.
I just think Momoa as the villain is awesome.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking. I was like, who's different that's in this one?
Well,
Yeah,
it looks
so
like they're going to
Momoa's
be
in it.
going back to Brazil.
It kind of
Well, the poster has the Rio de Janeiro statue
Does it?
right in the middle.
yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of looks like they're running it back. Like,
Bro, what? I'm
all right,
gonna lay some
give it to
predictions
us.
on you. It's gonna be
Do we want to do this?
it's gonna
though?
be very Fast and the Furious esque. They're gonna be back in Brazil, and they're gonna be showing these flashbacks from Fast 5 where shit was happening in the background of the events of Fast 5 that we didn't even know was happening that now connects to this movie.
Oh, this is hysterical because they showed in the trailer. You want me to
Nuh-uh.
tell you?
Do they really?
Go ahead.
Which is funny that you say that because I believe you're off the web, so I believe you haven't seen it.
The
I truly
interweb.
have
One
not.
of the videos is, do you remember when Dom is driving the safe and he takes that safe and knocks the two cars off with what's his
bridge?
face in there?
Yeah.
Momoa is supposed to be in that car. It has the scene where he's in the back
Nuh-uh.
seat.
Yeah,
Yeah. And he
So
gets,
what? He was just a cop or something?
he gets knocked in the
Oh, well,
water.
I think he's
He's bad.
Herman Reyes' son. The
That would
the
make
drug,
sense.
The big
He's
drug
the drug
lord.
son.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Son.
he's in that car and it shows the car getting knocked off.
okay.
And
That's
then
his
he's
name,
floating
right?
in the water.
Herman Herman Reyes.
I'm
Hector?
sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, that
Hector?
was what it was.
Yeah,
something.
Hector sounds more.
Hector
Hector
Zeroni?
Jinx.
I can't. That
But yeah,
mean-
that's actually hysterical that you said that because I was gonna let you finish, and in my head, I'm
Dude,
like,
look-
he's spot on right now.
Look-
It's exactly what it
That's
is.
just too
What a
funny.
cook.
That's just too funny.
Look how many freaking big ass actors, blockbuster actors are in this
There's
movie.
a lot, dude.
Like
Brie Larson's in
Yeah.
it.
John Cena.
John Cena.
I mean, the whole cast.
Is Helen Mir like I think Statham's
What's
back
her
for this
face?
one.
The
Statham's in it.
girl,
Charlize is in it.
Charlize. Yeah, that's who I meant.
Dude, that is crazy.
I mean, I guess for the last one, you got to go. All
Is
in.
this the last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's supposed to be the last one. This was the promise. He wanted to make 10. This is the 10th one. Especially if you don't count Hobbs and Shaw, which I watched Hobbs and Shaw. It wasn't bad. You kind of have to watch Hobbs and Shaw for the after credit scene because
I
like
haven't watched it yet.
Han's in the after credit scene, rolling up on Statham.
Before the whole Han switcheroo where he just came back to life
Yeah.
happened.
So
He-
what happened with that? Did he literally just come back to life?
No, like, have you watched the new ones?
No. none of
Okay,
them.
so it's gonna be hard to explain.
Oh well.
Well,
But
here,
Kurt Russell becomes a character in the newer ones where he's like this undercover spy boss or
Mr.
whatever.
Who or whatever.
Mr. What or
Yeah,
Mr.
something,
whatever.
Mr. Y.
But anyway, the wreck happens and Kurt Russell's character saves Han, drags him out of the car, and then Han becomes like a spy.
Because
in
if you
his-
want to get technical,
his thing.
you see the car blow up in Tokyo Drift, but you never see Han die.
Right.
It's
yeah,
just
but see,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I agree. I know what you guys are going to
But
say. I'm with
before
you,
the whole
but
switcheroo where Han just came back to life.
Because the one after that, they just said it was before, right? They just said it was because at the end, Han was like, "I
Yes,
guess I'll
yes,
go
yes.
to Tokyo." And
yeah,
see what's
yeah,
going
yeah,
on
yeah,
there.
yeah. Han was like one of my favorite characters.
Same.
Yeah.
But then it got all fucking ass.
It got all.
Back.
They tried to pull way too many switcheroos like in the series. Like
Yeah, I
don't
mean they're
know.
just
like even
big
bringing
action.
back Letty was kind of
Yeah.
See, like I was
and-
even down for that. Like I wasn't like, oh, this sucks.
yeah.
now.
At the time, I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
yeah, yeah,
but that's probably the last one. They really
Yeah.
started losing me after that one.
yeah. Same.
well, and you know, you always say the what ifs. Obviously, Paul Walker, rest in peace. If he doesn't die, all this is different. But I think the biggest one is what would have ended up happening if The Rock and Vin Diesel didn't get in their little
Yeah,
piffy.
feud
Because you
right.
know that changed the entire storyline of where they were going to go. Because finally, The Rock's just like, I can't be with
Yeah.
Vin Diesel. He's awful.
Yeah,
See, it sucks because I'm moving on to something, but I
Just
like.
do what you want to do, man.
I'm getting like overkill with The Rock now.
so my
Yeah.
he's in.
I
too
like
much.
it's been that way.
I
for a
like
while.
The Rock, but like he's just it's too much now. Like they're already making a live action Moana,
Yeah, I saw
It's
that.
on my list.
and he's playing Maui, which is cool. Like I'd rather the main voice actors play their characters. Like I'm sure Jango Fett will be Moana's dad
yeah.
because he voiced him.
What did I see? I saw something recently where it came out that like The Rock was the reason for something getting canceled or something.
Yes.
Like that.
The super
Shazam,
Shazam.
Superman.
That's right.
Wait,
Yeah.
Shazam
was going to be in the deleted scene of
That's
No.
right.
or
Yeah.
Black.
No.
He wanted Black Adam in the Shazam
Black.
movie.
Yeah, Black
and
Adam.
The Rock was like, no.
Yeah, was going to be in the original
Which
one,
is
and he's like, I
ass.
want my own.
Well,
Can't
here's
have
the
it.
thing. The Rock thought he was going to make Black Adam like the next Superman, like the next lead guy of the DC, which that's not, I don't know the DC characters that much, but that's not what his character is.
Right.
Like Black Adam, pretty sure, is like Shazam's main villain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
So
thought.
like Shazam, the guy that played Shazam, obviously wanted Black Adam in his movie, but like The Rock was like, no.
he
or
said
whatever.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even in the Black Adam movie, there's Shazam characters in the end of the Black Adam
Yeah.
movie, and I think trying to think too. There had something to do with Henry Cavill too in Superman.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff. I can't remember.
Superman was in the after credit scene in Black Adam.
I know that, but it had something else. I can't remember specifically. But
I don't know. Like I like The Rock. I don't dislike
I like
him.
yeah, but
But
it's
he
just
does
too much.
he
now.
does strike me as maybe sort of a bit of a diva behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
well, he just became the Mark Wahlberg of movies.
Mhm.
Like you love Mark Wahlberg, but then Mark Wahlberg was in every single movie.
Yeah.
You love The Rock, now The Rock's in every single movie. Like it kind of takes the charm away from me. Like
Yeah.
I like knowing that one of my favorite actors is gonna like for let's use Miles Teller for an example.
Oh, he's a great actor.
he's in
Very
so
handsome guy.
very
too.
handsome man. He's in so little of things to where when I see he's gonna be in
Yeah.
something, the excitement level is
Exactly.
great.
See, but
That's the way to do
Michael
it.
B. Jordan's starting to get into everything
I
too.
know.
Where I was always pumped with it when there was a new Michael B. Jordan movie. Now he's like, you know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
like a fucking movie star, like in everything now.
Dude, he is a massive star.
Yeah.
Let's have to
I'm
see
trying to
Creed
think who
3.
else. That's a good like thing you said about Miles Teller, like where you're like, oh shit, this is awesome that he's in. it.
Honestly, that's kind of what like Jonah Hill's turned his career into.
Jonah Hill,
He's not just like in every comedy movie every year.
Leo.
anymore.
That's what
Like,
Leo's always
He's
been.
spacing it out.
Yeah.
And like the performance is probably going to be very good performance.
And I like Jonah Hill too, man. He keeps it so real. Like I'll never forget the one interview, the Jimmy Kimmel interview,
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I
Fuck
can't-
Jimmy
when he
Kimmel.
sits down and
I
Jimmy
hate
Kimmel's like,
watching
"You
that
smell
interview.
good," and Jonah's like, "Well, why wouldn't I smell good?" And he was like, "Well, I thought you'd kind of like stink a little."
No,
bit.
he says you don't remind me of a guy that smells good or something.
Okay, yeah.
And he's like, why would you say that? And he was like, I love what Jonah Hill said. He's like, I'm gonna do everything in my power to not take that as a shot. Like,
Yeah.
but he's like, because like I think you would smell good. Like you could tell it really upset him, which it did. Like,
It's rude.
What he was
It
just-
is
He
rude.
was
I-
fat
I
and
just-
super bad, and the sitter, and now he just has to be the smelly fat guy all the time.
Yeah.
It is rude. I don't know. I've never been a big Kimmel
He
guy.
stinks.
Did you watch that Stutz movie documentary thing that Jonah put out on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
He made a movie about his therapist,
It's really good.
and it's really good. It's a movie. It's hard to explain. It's like a movie of the
documentary.
therapist
Yeah.
having therapy with Jonah Hill and explaining his methods on what helped Jonah. And Jonah was like, "I think this could help like a lot of people," so he made a movie about it. You guys should check
It's
it
on
out.
Netflix?
Oh,
Yeah,
watch
it's
it.
pretty
really good.
good.
It's really good.
All right, since we're here, cannot believe HBO is trying to remake Harry Potter.
Okay, this is a
Yeah.
good. This is good.
I was hoping this was going to come up.
This is good because I have my thoughts. On
I
it.
have my thoughts as well.
Well, go ahead.
Now, I think originally Harry Potter could have been made into a show. Originally, Harry Potter movies are like one of the most like well-known,
Yeah, they're iconic.
iconics. The
Yeah.
word
In their time,
movies of our time, you know, those casts, like they are the characters. Like Daniel Radcliffe is Harry Potter, like Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man, and I just have a hard time. I think a show is cool, like I love shows, but just all it being a whole new group of people.
Well, how are they going to do it? Is it going to be like side stories, or are they going to try
no,
to
they're
redo the
original
movie?
story.
remaking it.
How do you
Each
do that?
book
that?
has a season
as a
or whatever.
season, so 7 seasons total.
I'm just not a fan of this. I think we always talk about repetitive things in Hollywood.
Yeah.
There should be a standard of some things should never be
Just
touched.
let 'em
That's the
lie.
main gripe with this is like, sure, maybe in another 20 years,
Mhm.
sure, But
Too
right
fast.
now it's
Yeah,
too soon.
Too soon.
It's too soon.
I agree.
So here's where I'm coming from with everything. Basically, exactly what JT's saying. I think doing it as a show in that format, 1 season per book, 7 seasons, is a great format for the story because you get to flesh a lot of more things out. Whereas like in the movies, like for example, like the Goblet of Fire, book 4. There was a lot that was left out of the movie because it's just such a big book. So like doing it in the medium of television allows you to flesh the story out. So here's where I'm at with it. Like I know it's going to be very well made.
Mm-hmm.
The quality is going to be great because it's HBO. But I don't know if I'll be able to get into it because like JT said, those actors
Yeah.
are the actors.
Yeah.
It's gonna really throw me off seeing somebody else be Harry Potter.
Yeah.
When like here's the truth of the matter, I watch fucking Chamber of Secrets like every other fucking night still.
They're great movies.
So how am I supposed to be like
Yeah.
that's not I can't.
I agree. I think it's way too soon. It's way
It's too soon. It's too soon.
And it, like you guys are saying, if those movies were made in the TV show era like it is now, they probably would have been incredible.
With the actors, yeah,
The
they would have been amazing.
The argument could be maybe it would have been better. You don't
Yeah.
know, but what I can tell you that's not going to be better is trying to have other actors portray iconic characters.
Exactly, because you're not going to be able to get away from half of the fan base, more than half the fan base being like, he's just not as good as Daniel Radcliffe. Or he's
Agreed.
not as good as Emma Watson. She's not as good as Emma Watson.
And it makes you think, too, it's like, are they going to actually hire young actors and actresses? Because then you're going in with straight no-names. If you're looking at it like that,
Yeah.
you're not really going to find that many characters with actors or actresses that exist now.
And I feel like you almost have to go at no names.
You have to.
Like,
There-
how do
there's-
you
they
put
wouldn't be able
another
to not.
known actor
you
as
have to.
Harry Potter?
I mean, any show that comes out where it's going to star or movie that's going to star like little kids like that, they're always no name.
Yeah. Like
It's
Stranger Things.
Stranger
Yep.
Things, yeah. Like that's
Even the Outer Banks, even though they're not kids.
you have to go that route.
But I like from an outsider standpoint because I've
Sorry.
seen most of the movies. But like I love the idea of it though. Like I hope it would be like a cool thing because there's so many
Yeah.
like
The quality will be.
There's like
it will
a-
be. It'll be amazing.
there's a book series by Stephen King that I like a lot, and I wish so bad that they went that route because they made a movie and it was fucking horrible.
What is it?
The Dark Tower series.
Mm.
The
Yeah,
movie's called The Dark
everybody
Tower.
wants that to be.
That was McConaughey and Elba, right?
I watched 10 minutes of it and turned it off because it was nothing like the books. Because how could you do 7 books in a fucking movie? You can't do it, but you can do it in a 7-season TV show.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, I have no problems with like the format and everything. It's gonna be amazing, and it'll be really cool to see a lot of the stuff that wasn't in the movies, get fleshed out in a TV series. But it's gonna be all about the immersion for me. I just won't be able to like not picture the original acting cast. It'll
Yeah.
just be too difficult.
And I think that's one thing that we all agree on. Like, we know it's going to be fire.
yeah,
Like, there's no argument
Yeah.
there.
quality's gonna be. It's HBO.
Yeah. It's just like
It's gonna be weird on a whole other level for me too, because like
Hagrid,
yeah, exactly, iconic Professor Snape.
Professor
How do you
Snape.
get anybody else to play Snape?
Well,
Like Alan Rickman was just so good. I know you're probably thinking of
maybe if they
Driver.
maybe if Adam Driver was Snape, I'd be on board.
He would
Yeah,
kill it.
that'd be sick.
He would
Mhm.
kill it, but like he's not British.
Did anybody see his
Yeah.
Did anybody see his new 65
No,
million?
but I actually wanted to
I
watch
didn't
it.
see it either. I want to watch it. Yeah, sorry, off track.
So yeah, it's just I don't think it's going to happen for a while, years down the line. But everything's being reported that it's official.
yeah, I mean, I guess we probably should have assumed this. What was it, right when we started the pod when HBO acquired
Acquired the rights.
the
yeah,
rights.
We
We
knew it was happening.
Yeah, we probably should have like really realized it was coming, but this soon.
It's
to
just so
kinda
soon.
say
Yeah, it's just kind of weird.
is weird.
But also, like, I still read the books every now and then. I'll pop on like the audio tapes, and when I listen or read the book, I'm picturing the movie characters. So again, there's just this whole fucking level and this wall that I don't think I'm gonna be able to break through.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it though.
And yeah, and then because like how it's laid out, like they already said, each season will be a book. But I wish there was a way they could try to continue the story with like the actors and actresses we have now and introduce younger people to go the story that way. Like a
agree.
remake for me, yeah, okay, it's gonna be sick, but like I would like to incorporate like Daniel Radcliffe and all those people in there, but you can't have them in the show because they are Harry
It
Potter,
actually
Hermione, Ron
would be
Weasley.
cool though if they played like smaller, like one of the teachers.
Would you really like that,
like
though?
I
Cammy. It'd
actually
be
think
weird.
it might be kind of cool.
I
don't know. Screw
I
that.
don't know, dude.
It's just
Fuck
tough.
that.
Honestly,
I don't
they
know.
should cast younger actors for like the first 3 seasons, and then from season 4 on, use the originals with the de-aging tech
That'd be sick.
and just roll with it.
Yeah, and I think of like Dumbledore, Hagrid,
Yeah.
like all those characters.
Yeah, it's actually wild. Like I was reading a thread about this, and it's something I guess I never really realized. But when you go back through all 8 of the movies, and you look at all the actors from movie 1 up to movie 8 that played the adults, there are so many legendary British film actors in those movies. It's insane. Insane. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not a student on British
Yeah.
film, but like, yeah, there's just
Well,
so
why
many.
aren't you?
I don't know.
Get
I
the
should
fuck out.
be.
Frick.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of legendary actors in that series who, again, I don't think are replaceable.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I knew as soon as I saw that, I was like, dang, this is gonna stir up the old web.
Stir the pot.
Yeah, stir up the old web, man.
Did you guys see the Spider-Verse 2 trailer?
Speaking of the web man,
Yeah, speaking of the web,
Did you guys see it?
I didn't see the new. Is there a new one
There's
that
a
came
new
out?
one.
No, I didn't
They
see it.
mention No Way Home in it.
Really?
Which is fire. Yeah.
Okay, so that's
I'm
why.
like, yes, let's get Tom Holland in this bitch
That's
as
why
an animated
Miss
Spider-Man.
Marvel's quote was surfacing because she was telling everybody, she's like, I don't care what Kevin Feige says, the MCU's Earth 19999, whatever it is, and he's trying to tell everybody it's Earth 616, and in Spider-Verse he says it's the Earth 19999 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that makes sense why that kept flashing
Yeah,
up then.
which is pretty cool.
I did see too that they had plans for Andrew Garfield to be introduced in the MCU twice before they were going to make the Amazing Spider-Man 4. So it's crazy
Well,
that
they
they're
should have done
it's
it.
crazy that
He's
they're
the
actually
goat.
admitting it now.
He's
Like
the
finally.
best, he's the best Spider-Man.
Finally
I
they're
don't
saying
care.
like,
He's
okay,
awesome.
this was supposed to be connected because even in his movies there were things that hinted to the outside MCU.
Yeah.
Interesting shit, dude. Completely random. Did you see they made a woolly mammoth meatball?
No.
Yeah.
mammoth meatball.
Yeah, scientists have recreated the woolly mammoth and they made a meatball and they're afraid to eat it.
What?
I would be afraid to eat it too.
Yeah.
As disgusting as that is, you see they're making a Canterbury sandwich at Subway somehow.
Oh,
Ew.
Ew.
that's
Here's something.
Apparently a very, very limited run, but disgusting.
Subway's trash.
Do you-
Subway is trash.
Oh, okay. Let's slow down.
Stinks.
It stinks.
Subway is
stinks to high
awesome.
hell. Or
I
high heaven,
love
whatever.
Subway.
Leave Jared out of this.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's fucked up that people eat ostrich eggs? Or am I just?
I think it's a little weird.
It's weird,
I
right?
didn't know that.
I've
was
been
a
seeing
thing.
it on TikTok a bunch lately.
Aren't those eggs like fucking huge?
Yeah,
Well, they do. Scramble 'em?
just like an egg. You just got a whole bunch of one egg, just a whole bunch of egg.
Yeah, I don't like
For
that.
some reason, I think that's kind of gross, and I,
I
have
think
no
I
idea.
don't think
There's
it's
no
gross.
reasoning
I
of
just
it.
think it's- I don't know. I just feel like an ostrich egg is more precious or something, right?
No, I would agree with that.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that'd be like,
something about like a huge bowl of egg just grosses me out.
yeah. I'm trying to like compare it to something like. What else do we eat? Like that'd be like us, we make fried chicken. Like that'd be like us eating fried bald eagle or something.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a good
You
comparison.
know what I mean?
Mm.
It's
That's a good
it's a bird, but like it's like an ostrich egg.
Yeah. And me and JT were watching. There's this show on Disney Plus called The Secret Life of Whales.
Whales are sweet, dude.
Whales
The,
are
the
sweet.
first episode is
Oh,
orcas.
yeah.
And
Let
they
me tell you
show
about whales.
3 separate families of orcas across the world. And it's insane how they all communicate. Because, like, I know this is going to sound stupid, and I don't care. When I think of animals, regardless where they are on this planet, I think they all act the same. I think they do the same stuff. They eat the same stuff. They act the exact same way. And it shows these orcas, they all act differently. And, like, one scene is this diver jumps in, and he's with a mama whale and, like, the kids. And he's swimming around with the camera. They're hunting and eating, and the mom orca rolls up on this dude, gives him a stingray to eat.
Yeah.
He's like, welcome. Drops a stingray right in front of him, like trying to feed him, and like he just kind of looks at it, and then she kind of rolls back up on it, and you could tell in her head she's like, well, if you're not gonna eat that, then I am. And she like grabs it and like poses for a picture.
She like and she even
It's
like
crazy.
she like gives him like a head nod, like okay.
That is like crazy
respect.
thought though. I just always think they do the same.
Yeah.
Well,
thing.
no,
they're
yeah,
so
because
intelligent.
they talk about it more like it's just like different groups of people like across the world. Like everyone's culture is different.
Yeah.
And like they all hunt differently. They all eat different shit. Like it's wild. Like there's literally just whale cultures in the world.
Yeah.
Which is just sick.
Dude, I think like animals now are so. When I was a kid, I would just sing animal and just be like, oh, it's a big dumb thing that runs around. You know, like I don't know. And now the older I get, I realize like a lot of animals are just as smart as we are.
Mhm.
They all have their own personality.
They all have their own personality. Like watching those different sets of orcas blew my mind.
Yeah,
because
dude.
it was just fascinating. Like one strategy is like these ones eat stingrays, and then the other ones they eat, which sucks, sea lion babies or whatever. They figured out how to roll up on the beach and get these.
Yeah, they
sea
come
lions.
fucking like
They're like
gliding
boogie board.
up.
Yeah, they like
dude, it's
boogie
wild.
board onto shore.
Shit's crazy.
Yeah,
And then the other ones,
they turn different color because
they
the
take-
water's so cold.
yeah, and they take it just from fishing boats. They're like, we're not even gonna worry about hunting for ourselves. We're just gonna wait till these fishing boats come and fill up their big nets with fish and just take the fish from
Yeah,
them.
that's awesome. It's so awesome.
I like that.
Yeah.
Bubba, you love anything? You hate anything?
I do. I love watching golf for some reason. I don't really know why.
Oh,
I
God.
suck at golf, but like there's nothing better. Taking a nice nap, nice landscape. I don't know. I
It's
like
great for napping.
It is.
I will give you that.
I hate automatic renewal subscriptions.
Good one.
I'm currently in a battle with a sports writing site. They charged me for the whole year like $80,
What the fuck?
and then I
The
asked.
Athletic?
Yes, the Athletic. And I asked if I could cancel or like just switch it to a month and then just cancel it. And then they were just like, no. Like they sent me an automatic and they're like, our policy is no cancellation. You have to pay for a year.
It's so funny you said this because John Feidelberg was just
Really?
bitching about it on the rundown. He's like, they got me for, I can't remember the amount.
The athletic,
He's like, they got me again. Like I go through it every year.
the athletics garbage.
And I know it's coming and they got me again. So that's funny.
But it's so funny. Like I reached out to the bank and because I work there, I have to like do a separate fucking process. And I didn't like expect to get my money back because it's not fraud, but I guess you can. I just told them the situation. And that day, a real person messaged me from the Athletic. She was like, yeah, you can cancel it. No problem. And I was like, well, that worked out.
Yeah, that worked out
Yeah.
good.
What the frick?
What else do I hate today? I hate they might have been on the not back section. I don't think they've ever been on the hate. The Penguins, I despise the Penguins. The Pittsburgh Penguins, they stink.
Are they fit? We officially thrown in the towel, boys, or
There's
Pretty much.
there's we're not in a playoff spot right now,
all right?
The clock.
and
is
there's
running
only
out.
like 3 games left in the season. It's gonna come right down to the wire, but they stink.
They stink. I hate whenever you go on a site, maybe you're shopping, you get a 10% off ad pop up. I fucking hate those ads.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I
you
agree.
either choose, do I want 10% off and also like a million emails? And it doesn't even fucking matter. Like, even if you don't put your email in there, you're still going to get 9 million emails.
Yep.
And for 10%, I'm not getting off the fucking couch for 10%. I'm not typing my fucking information in there for 10%. I'm just not doing it.
Love it.
I am with you.
It's not worth it. And last, I hate hockey games. They don't start till 11 p.m.
Yes, bingo.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't
big
like
shirt.
that either.
I hate old people that don't understand the thought of alternate uniforms that don't align with school colors. Because
Could you elaborate a little bit?
yeah, so there was a video that just surfaced of Jose Perez when he was talking to Kerr, our new guy that just came in, basically saying that we're bringing back the black uniforms. And old people Facebook, I saw all over
Oh my
Twitter.
god,
Oh,
dude.
God.
They
Oh my
just
God.
It's a
they
different-
just don't understand. They
That's-
don't
it's the Wild
understand the
West.
significance of alternate uniforms. They're like, it's not blue and gold, blah blah blah. It's like, dude, who
He
fucking
just sounded
cares?
like Tom Segura when he impersonates people.
I mean,
my favorite basketball jerseys we ever wore were the black ones with the navy and yellow accents when we made the Final Four.
one
run.
could
Oh,
argue
yeah.
if we
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
wear those the whole tourney, we might not have made it that far.
Couldn't agree more.
I mean, so
I
that was
couldn't
the,
agree more.
that was the one thing I have on here.
Old people Facebook is
Hell.
It's
It's
hell.
hell on
I
earth.
saw a WTRF article about something that's going on downtown, and
I
the
read it as
comment
well.
the comment section in that is just
People gonna park? There's
I
no
mean-
parking. I looked at that thing. There's 4 spaces.
it's just brutal. I'm like, dude, the amount of uneducated, ignorant people in this valley is astounding.
It is.
Well,
I
listen,
honestly can't believe we walk among these people.
it's not
I
just
agree.
the Ohio Valley.
Oh, I know. It's not exclusive to the
Well,
Ohio Valley.
because I said this, I think the past 2 times I've been here, I truly and cannot believe that people don't know what West Virginia is.
Yeah.
Like I've said this, I think the past 2 times I've been on here,
you
but
said
it,
it to me when we were
it
down
just
there for
it
St. Patty's
keeps
Day.
happening.
It's mind blowing.
I'm like, dude, I'm not from Virginia. I'm from the state of West Virginia. Oh, and I was talking to this lady at one of the retail stores, and we're talking. I said I was from West Virginia. She's like, oh, we were talking about what states we think are considered the South.
Okay.
All
I
right.
like this debate.
I said, what do you, because she was naming states or whatever. I was like, so what would you consider West Virginia? She goes, oh, that's the South. I'm like, really? No, hold on.
I don't know if you're a
Bubba,
history buff.
let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish here. She says, yeah, I consider the South. I was like, well, what states do you consider the South? She goes, I consider from the Carolinas down to be the South. And I was like, where do you think West Virginia is? And she pulled up, I pulled up my phone, my map on my iPhone, and just gave it to her. And she's over Kansas, Oklahoma, trying to find where West Virginia is.
It's brutal, dude.
It's tough.
And I'm
Oh
like,
my
dude,
God.
are you for real?
I
This
have
is
a great-
crazy, dude.
I have a great segment if I could segue off of you.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a PSA. There is a new cutting edge tool, and whether you're online trying to find a love connection or maybe trying to send $120,000 to buy equipment, it's called Google. Whenever you're trying to, or even everyday questions like,
Yeah.
where the fuck is West Virginia? Like, people are giving you facts, and you take those facts and you put them into Google. And then that can give you things that you can call evidence. And then you research that evidence and you make a decision on, are people bullshitting me?
Yeah.
And if you would
Love
just take 35 seconds of your time, that would save you and maybe your neighborhood fraud guy a lot of fucking time.
Love it. I love it. I love that. Great job.
It's
Amen.
it's been around for a little while.
I
think
really,
it's-
I do think that's a southern thing. I experience it a lot when I'm on vacation in South Carolina, and it's why my family kind of for as long as I can remember, when people are like, "Oh, where are you from?" we just say Pittsburgh.
Well, that's what I say. I come from about an hour away from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's that's what we say. Because you say West Virginia, they're like, "Oh, Western Virginia." I'm like,
No.
no.
I have the view pride. So
Yeah, to me,
I'll always say West Virginia and cringe.
to me though, this is a general question. Then, where does West Virginia? Where do we group in at? Because I wouldn't consider us the
Neither.
North
No,
either.
Neither.
I would honestly. It's close to the Midwest.
What?
Well,
Appalachia,
Midwest.
if you-
Midwest is like Illinois.
if the honest opinion is we're hybrid, dude. We're the southernmost northern state. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because if you
we're
rule it off,
we're opers.
If we're basing it off of the Civil
Apparently,
War,
Midwest.
We can't be South because
Hey,
they fought a fucking
apparent-
war over it.
yeah.
Apparently, ope is a Midwest thing. I'm a big ope.
Ope?
Guy.
Like, oh,
Yeah. I don't know about you guys.
well, I mean,
I'm a big ope.
if you're basing it off of Vineyard Vine shirts, then we
You-
are a Southern state.
let me break down a scenario for you. Are you meaning like you're an ope guy, like you're on an elevator, right?
Oh.
And the elevator doors start to open, you start to step off, but
And
somebody's
and
coming
you're
on,
like,
you go, oh,
yeah.
I do it all the time.
I literally
big
did.
oper.
I literally did it
I'm
yesterday.
a
I
huge
ope all the
oper.
time.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
literally did that yesterday.
Oh. sorry. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Big
That's
oper.
great.
But
That's
what
fucking
is it?
great.
It's got to be something.
Well, so just like I said, if you base it off Vineyard Vine shirts, we are a Southern state.
Yeah, but if you based off a history book,
We are a Northern
well,
state.
yeah.
But if you look at the map now, we're in limbo.
Let me
boys.
look at this fucking
Yeah.
map
We're in limbo.
again.
Well, while you're
Well,
looking that up,
most of our state would probably, if the Civil War happened again, most of our state would probably fight for the South.
yeah, probably.
But then you think I thought of this. Okay, I looked at the map. If you look, I feel like everything like south of the Ohio River, like look, this is all bordered by the river. I feel like that whole section could be considered the south below of the river because it's Ohio and then it cuts into the Mississippi River. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. No, I know.
It's
That's
just
what I'm
it's
saying.
up for
We're in limbo.
interpretation because we're definitely not a northeastern state.
No.
You know what's weird about the state of West Virginia? It doesn't look that big, but like it's almost roughly the same amount of time to drive from here to New York City as it is to drive from here to the southernmost
Oh,
part of
Driving
the
driving
through
state.
West Virginia sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
It is rough. If
It's
you're driving
rough.
through all the way West Virginia.
And I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say, just because everyone does, if you're flying out of West Virginia, it'd be just as big as Texas.
Because all the mountains.
Yeah, people love to say that. People love to say that. Oh,
That's funny. I've actually never heard that.
really?
That's
oh,
funny,
dude,
though.
it's good. Yeah, if you fly in the South, we're just as big as Texas.
I-
Okay. Who cares?
Wait, have you guys ever heard of? I just learned what this was. Midwestern goodbye.
I think I've heard of it.
So you guys know Irish goodbye, right?
Yeah.
Is that you have
you-
to like say bye to everybody?
And I read it and I was like, dude, this is like kind of like exactly what every single one of us does. It starts with an indication that you're about to leave, usually smacking your knees, standing up, stretching. Then the
Oh.
words, "Welp,
yeah.
we should probably get going." I do that so much.
all the
I do
time.
that.
That's how you
Well,
gotta leave.
I tell people when I'm
Hit
going to
it-
pee.
Hit him with the welp. We should probably get going.
Probably get
all right,
going.
guys.
I
well,
think it's time to go.
I got to get going here.
Oh,
I do that a lot. Before we wrap up, I do have something that I hate this week.
Oh,
I normally don't, but I have
Let's
one.
do it.
I guess I don't know if I hate it. It's more of an annoyance, but I hated it in the moment when it happened to me. If you're I hate people that are in a drive-through line that don't pull up as far as they can in the line.
Yeah.
Like, say you
Yeah.
leave half a car length between you and the
Mhm.
person in front of you. Fuck that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I want to order my food.
Agreed.
So somebody did that to me, and I was only about like able to pull halfway to the fucking order thing. And so I couldn't place my order because they wouldn't pull up.
Hey,
further.
pal, can you scoot up
yeah. I
a
was
couple
gonna say,
inches?
lower, geez, the window. Like,
I-
hey,
I should have, but it was an older woman. But
Mm.
there's no excuse. I've seen multiple people do that, and I hate it. So I hate that.
All right, not back for me. Takashi 6ix9ine got
Ooh.
fucking jumped in an LA
yeah,
Fitness.
you're right. About
Brutal
that.
video.
There's
Brutal video.
not much more not back than that
Brutal video.
amongst the public.
get his
getting
ass
your
kicked?
kicked.
Oh yeah.
Oh
these,
man.
these two dudes start kicking his ass, and they're like, oh, you want to be popular now? Is this going to get me verified? Am I going to get famous? And they are whipping his ass. And he's just coming out of the LA Fitness gym room with this bloody face, just walking across the gym. Yeah.
Especially in LA Fitness. Like
Yeah.
you get your ass kicked at the YMCA. Okay.
That was the whole point.
Dude,
It's like, why is Tekashi
You never
6ix9ine
know at the
going to
Y.
Yeah,
LA
why is he at LA
Fitness?
Fitness?
That's the
I'm gonna have to watch that.
You never know what's going to happen at the Y.
yeah.
And back,
Head on a swivel at the
Head
Y.
on a swivel.
back is the Chiefs-aholic fan that was
Oh, yeah.
robbing banks to go to the Chiefs games. He officially cut his bracelet off, and the man is on the run.
No
No
way.
way.
Yeah, so shout out to Chiefs-aholic guy.
Do you think he's going to go to the games if he
I-
makes it that far?
Would love to see him at another game. You know that.
I'd be hilarious if
You know
he
the
got
Chiefs-aholic
arrested.
guy is?
I don't.
So you know how like every big sports team has like that one fan. The Steelers dude always had like the guy that wore
Oh,
the
the
barrel that would pour water.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Raiders have the shoulder pad, dude.
Yeah.
This is the guy that dresses as like a wolf, and he's always
Yeah,
on
yeah.
every Chiefs game. More of the story, quick story if people don't know. The way he was funding all those trips, he was robbing banks on the way.
Mm.
He'd rob banks, use that money to pay for his trip. Long story short, got caught, cut his bracelet off, man's on the run.
I look forward to the eventual Netflix movie about his
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Me
That'd be a
fucking
good one.
too. Me fucking too.
So for me, real quick this
Good.
week, back, of course, is Jesus. By
He is
time
back.
he will be back.
He is risen.
That's a
He
good
is
one.
Jesus is
I
risen.
like- there you
Not
go.
back is oddly enough Christian days off. Where have the Christian days off gone? I got to work Friday and I got to work Monday.
That is pretty
Where
messed up.
where are we as a society?
We were once a great society, and now we're terrible. And I guess something I hate this week is monopolies. Endeavor, who owns the UFC, just bought WWE.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's like, dude, I thought monopolies were illegal, but I guess not.
Yeah. Nope.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.
I have a couple things real
Go
fast.
ahead.
I hate ulcers. I have a really bad ulcer. I feel like my face is fucking swollen. It
Okay.
hurts.
Mhm.
I love
Mhm.
poke bowls.
Never had one of them, but I've seen a
They're
lot.
delicious.
noodles?
Is that
Really wanna
ramen?
try.
It's just like rice and like like salmon and there's vegetables.
Okay.
They look very,
Very
healthy.
basic, but very
Okay.
delicious. I love breweries. Not a new thing, but I do love me some breweries. And I love Jelly Roll.
And real fast,
Jelly
I
Roll
love
the
the
singer.
thought of the 999 challenge of baseball games. Have you seen that?
No.
It's 9 glizzies, 9 beers, and 9 innings. I think I could do it.
I think I could do that.
I think I could
What's a
smash
glizzy?
it. Hot
A
dog.
hot
Hot
dog.
dog.
Oh,
I think I could do
I
that.
don't know.
See,
Baseball games are long.
I think
One
in-
beer and one hot dog per inning.
Yeah,
Does
I think
it have
in
to
my
be per inning?
Yeah,
not necessarily.
Should I
'cause
try that tomorrow?
I think you should,
compound-
but they stop
Can I
serving beer in the
compound
7th inning.
them?
Oh, so then you gotta
Oh.
load up.
I think I could, in my heyday, I could always do it, but now since I'm older, I can't really do draft beer. So I think that would
Yeah,
be my
that would be
main
the
issue.
downfall, dude. I can
Yeah.
tell you right now, if I attempted that, I would get very sick.
Yeah, I think I
I'd
may,
probably vomit.
I'm still confident I could do it, but I think I may throw up everywhere.
Yeah.
Almost done.
I like the idea of that though. Maybe I'll give it a run.
There you go.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Juice Fisherman. Make sure to subscribe to the Juice Box YouTube. JT, it was lovely having you back.
Yes, it's always great to be here. Love you guys. You can follow me on Instagram at John Theodore Nixon. That's John Theodore Nixon on Instagram. I'm on the Juicebox Podcast Twitter. That's at Juicebox Pod. That's Juicebox Pod. Shout out Morning Mile. Going for the bi-weekly vibe right now. I think as playoffs roll around, I'll do weekly. But yeah, having fun there. Hey, fucking comment on my videos. Some drinks to try. Follow us on Facebook, the Juicebox Podcast. We are not the diabetes, the Juicebox Podcast.
JT, always a pleasure. Great to have you back in Whaling. Follow me on Twitter at Bubba Slider. Follow me on Instagram at the Harry Slider.
Yes. Again, I hate going last because then I just repeat a lot of what people say. But JT, it is always a pleasure to
Thank
have
you.
you here.
Thank you.
I'm social medialess still, and my name is Czar. That's Z-A-R.
Z as in zebra, A as in apple, R as in Reebok.
Don't get it twisted.
Bye-bye.